Hey guys, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today we're talking about Facebook because Facebook's lack of data security and transparency also extends to their employees. Now, I would typically be covering something like this on Sundays when I do my weekly breaches of the week, but I thought this was so egregious that I wanted to give it its own special attention, if you will, and an interesting way to cap off a Friday. Now, basically, here's what happened. Banking data for about 29,000 Facebook employees, which was stored on unencrypted hard drives, was stolen by a thief from a payroll worker's car. This is according to Bloomberg. Now, these hard drives contained information on Facebook workers that were employed in 2018, which included bank account numbers, employee names, last four digits of their social security numbers, their salaries, bonuses, and equity details. Now, Facebook notified its staff of the theft via email Friday morning, literally this morning. But here's the thing. Facebook failed to notify their employees until almost a full month after this breach actually happened, which was on November 17th. Now, an internal email revealed that the company only realized the hard drives were gone 3 days later on November 20th and confirmed that the drives contained employee information on November 29th. What is not known is why on earth a payroll employee had hard drives in his or her car that contained 29,000 records on 29,000 employees, and why these drives weren't encrypted. This is personally identifiable information, especially coming from like the payroll HR side of things. That's a very serious breach of compliance law for them to have this problem. They fall under a whole bunch of compliances, including Sarbanes-Oxley and others. So that, I think, is a very serious issue, but it underscores one of the problems that we have here, which is the complete lack of control for security and privacy that Facebook consistently has. I've talked about this over and over, and I'm not going to go through the entire spiel here, but we know that they don't have these controls. We know that they let third parties in. And if they are playing fast and loose with internal data, and according to Facebook's email that they sent to their employees, they basically said, we're not aware of any of this information being in use. But quite frankly, that's every breach disclosure, and that is basically table stakes because we can't really prove that necessarily. And if people are getting identity theft scams, it may not be coming from this data. It might be coming from somewhere else they were breached, and everybody points fingers at everybody else. But this really speaks, I think, to a corporate culture that really doesn't care about their employees and in terms of safeguarding. We've heard a lot of internal strife there lately, but it definitely doesn't apply to the users of this. And that's a very serious issue. Facebook has a lot of problems. A lot of senators and attorneys generals of the various states of the United States are calling for criminal investigations and class action lawsuits. And I think this really just underscores the problem that we have when we're dealing not just with Facebook, but with other massive corporations. How we safeguard data, how we have policies, procedures, and administrative safeguards, not just technical and physical safeguards on the data, is just very important. And I think while there's an amazing amount of cybersecurity frameworks out there, it seems like, well, some people are adhering to parts of it, other parts just fall by the wayside. And employees aren't necessarily trained. It's not really hammered into employees that they need to be safeguarding this information. We need to be training. That's our biggest issue. If this employee had any semblance of training when it comes to data security, he or she would not have been leaving unencrypted hard drives in their car. Now, by all accounts, and according to Bloomberg, this looked like a smash and grab. It doesn't look like somebody was going to try and get this information to spoil these 29,000 people, but you never know. And you don't know where that drive is going to be sold to. You don't know if that person actually has a little bit of knowledge and then can go and put that information out on the dark web somewhere. We don't know. And by virtue of that, I think it's something that we really need to continue to investigate, and Facebook needs to be taken to task. Their employees deserve the same level of data security that their users do, which is way more than what Facebook provides. And that is your news of the day. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter at NickAESP. And please feel free to subscribe to me at YouTube as well. And as always, stay safe and stay online. Thanks, guys.